friends, let's do another chitty chatty video because I have the time today. Makeup is done. Might as well, right? So I recently did a segment on one of the television programs that I do regularly on travel scams, and so let's dig in a little bit. Now, when you travel, especially to tourist spots, you know those scammers and shady people see you coming from a mile away. But what I'm here to do today is not scare you, but rather, darling, I'm here to arm you. So they see you coming and you see them coming too. Boom. Let's talk about common travel scams. So not everywhere you go, especially if you travel to smaller countries and cities, will have shared ride services. That is Uber, Lyft, and in New York City, Via. By the way, I'm a strong proponent of Via. There's a link below if you'd like to know about Via. You get $10. So this is not sponsored by Via, but I'm just sharing with you all, my friends. Here's something that you should be aware of: the broken taxi meter. To remedy that, before you even hop into the taxi, establish your rate from where you are to your destination. The easiest place to do that, of course, is at the airport, because at the airport there typically is a standard rate for taxi services. While you're in the car, you should pull up your navigation system, i.e. your Google Maps, to your destination, just so that you can be extra safe, to make sure that that cabbie isn't taking you a roundabout. Rather, he'll take you the straightforward way. And you can challenge him and ask him, why are you taking me the roundabout way? And he'll say, oh, there's some construction or danger. And you can say, no, sir, my navigation map tells me that it's a clear path. Please go that way and take me to my destination. And another thing, if it's the case where you're not coming from the airport to your hotel, you're in the middle of nowhere and you need to end up in the middle of somewhere, just before you hop in the cab, make sure that that meter works. That means you can have the cab driver turn it on, go a few, blocks to make sure that the meter works, so that you don't fall prey to his scam. So if you're in crowded touristy places, don't fret. They're touristy places and landmarks for a reason, and so you should visit them. But you might often see young little children giving you free gifts or gum or whatever. That's a scam too. Nothing in the world is free, guys. So what often happens with this trap is they'll say, here, this is for you, as if it's for free. You take it, and now they want you to pay. And you'll say, no, you gave it to me. And next thing you know, there's a commotion. And it might even become even bigger and scary, meaning they might have bigger people around as a part of their little scamalicious team to come and force you to pay, sometimes even more than you expected to pay. So nothing is for free. So when someone approaches you saying this is for free, say no, thank you, and try to keep moving. As a traveler, again, we're in these crowded places. Don't be afraid of those crowded places. Just be savvy as to where you keep your personal belongings. So we've heard the old bump into you and then you've been pickpocketed. First of all, don't travel with any valuables. Your watch shouldn't be valuable. Your wedding ring shouldn't be valuable. Just dress very minimally and keep any valuables like your passport and your money on the front part of your body. I like to say, in my bosom. That's a natural pocket for us women. For men, you'll figure it out somewhere in the front. So it's commonplace these days to take photos and ask people, and perfect strangers, to take your photo. Just be aware of who you give your valuable camera or cell phone to take your photo. Even be more wary of the nice stranger who says, oh, girls, you look gorgeous. Let me take your photo for you. He takes your camera and you guys get settled, and next thing you know, he's off in the wind and your camera is gone. So be wary of the extra friendly stranger. Not that you can't meet friendly strangers when you're traveling, that's part of the fun, but the one who's overambitious to take your photo. Now, Wi-Fi is life these days, and I'm a big supporter for hopping on free Wi-Fi, but do so with caution. The strategy to this is to do so at established places like your hotel and like a chain restaurant or coffee shop. Boutique ones and hole-in-the-walls that offer free Wi-Fi could also be a trap for scammers, meaning you hop on their Wi-Fi and now you've given them full access to everything inside of your cell phone and your computer. But to keep yourself even more safe, I suggest using and bringing your own Wi-Fi hotspot. I personally have TEP, but also you can use Sapphire. There's a ton out there. So if you bring your own personal Wi-Fi hotspot, that means you will always be connected and you will always be safe. Another way to protect yourself is avoid buying discounted tickets from the people on the street. These days you can book any concert, any festival, any events that you are looking to attend online. And that's the strategy that I suggest you use, or you go directly to the will call or ticket counter to get your ticket there. So this tip is basically common sense. Avoid giving people your money on the street, especially strangers who you don't know. When you're in a foreign place, everybody seems friendly, and that's great. That's part of the thrill. That's part of the excitement, like I said before. But you have to have your cautious antennas up so that you will know if somebody is out to get you because you have a sucker on your forehead. The fake police scam. So as Americans, we're kind of conditioned that the police are the authority and you need to trust everyone who wears the uniform. And that's what makes us easy marks when we travel overseas. Scammers, and especially in heavily trafficked touristy areas, like to pose as police officers. And if they see that sucker mark right on your face, meaning you look like an American or Western tourist, they might come and offer to be the friendly police officer that has all of this disposable time to host you around town. Now, that's going to happen to you whether they're dressed as a police officer or just a friendly stranger who says that they're a guide. When I went to Morocco, that happened on our first day there, and by the end of that first day, I realized everybody says they're a guide. But in particular with the fake police, they may not be friendly and offer to show you around town. They may say, I need to see your papers and your passports, and they take them in their hand and then they run off with them. And that leaves you in a nasty predicament. By the way, if you find yourself without your passport or lost passport overseas, just go to the nearest hotel and ask for the U.S. Embassy or consulate. Better yet, if you still have your cell phone handy, you can look it up on your cell phone. But more directly, you can go to the usembassy.gov. So of course, I can go on with this list for hours of travel scams, but I just kind of wanted to give you the most peculiar and maybe unsuspecting ones that you'll see these days. Be cautious, be safe, don't walk around with sucker on your forehead, but don't be afraid and scary. Enjoy your time traveling and have the best epic trips ever by being open to the community, and do talk to strangers, but just be aware of where your valuables are, your cash, and where you leave your things. So I'd love to know below, what are any new travel scams that you've heard of, and have you been victim to travel scams? I would hate that to happen to you, but also would love to learn about it, and maybe we can share with others what you experienced and how to avoid it for next time. Until next time, cheers to the journey.